Let's kick it. Let's kick it and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking and falling. I can't get up. I'm kicking and falling. I can't get up. I'm slipping and falling. I can't get up. I'm slipping and falling. I can't get up. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. I'm partying. What's going on, bigger boy? I got this set up here. This thing is just a pain in the ass. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. I'm doing surveillance. This fucking thing is such a fucking pain in the ass. Hang on a second. Get this motherfucker. Turn this goddamn thing upside down. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. Uh, Down here fucking around, man. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. Yeah, it isn't no tricks. Don't say anything that you don't want somebody to know. Simple shit. You know, I used to do them actually. I started out in Detroit. And it got really good. The beaches got weird. So actually, I'm just bored and I don't know. Fucking up. This is what park usually. Just went down second barrel. I'm done probably 50 here. I haven't been here long. I'm here like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it done. Slipping and falling, I can't get up. Slipping and falling, I can't get up. Oh. Supposedly, last time I was down here, they were really cracking down on homeless. Yeah. It's still like that. Still like that?
Sometimes. It all depends. They go through phases. Depends on what the system is wanting to fill up with. They want to fill up with violent crimes and real deal criminals, they'll fill it up. But if you got all these haters and people that are not godly wanting to take the homeless off the street, that's what's poor, then yeah, then you're going to have the poor being oppressed.
Gotcha. You ready?
Yeah.
So Tom Baker had to be out of Augusta, Georgia. talk to you, you said you're pretty much homeless.
To a degree, I have family. I'm caught in a situation kind of with the weird system. That's what gets me in trouble. I've been in and out of jail for petty crimes, non-violent crimes since I was 19. I'm almost 39 now. So, and plus, my family kind of gets mixed in with it. So when I'm out, I struggle to be able to get a job, hold a job down, and upgrade. And it's all due to I guess opposers or oppressors, whatever you want to call them. That's why I end up in a situation that I end up
And
in.
you say petty crime. I always thought that most petty crimes never led to really immediate punishment.
Uh,
So what kind of crimes do you have?
mine would be like, I got a possession. It's like a simple possession. It's felony possession. Some states, I don't even think they even charge you with a felony, possession. In this state, you can't get hit with a felony. They give you up to 2 or 3 years on it. Traffic ticket. I'm dealing with a traffic ticket, getting harassed to death on a traffic ticket right now. Just like it was a normal, like it's a felony charge. So I believe there's a lot going on in my situation that meets the eye, and it's got to do with, I want to be a better person. I want to be able to get a good job. I want to be able to get on my feet. I want to be able to hold a job down. But I got people that stalk my privacy invasion. I also have people that harass, stalk me in secret, and they love to call like when they got papers on me, like just like traffic tickets right now. They love calling if they think if I'm not being controlled by them or if I'm not in their sight. So they're trying, I deal with a lot of things that I shouldn't deal with, and I'd like to be able to have, just me having a steady job, making decent income, like a person my age should make, being able to pay my child support, take care of my family, get a home. That's what I want.
Now, what type? Are you a high school graduate?
I have a GED and some college.
What type of jobs did you work growing up?
Concrete finishing, concrete finishing, framing. I've commercially finished a little bit and 40 keys. Heating and air.
And this limited criminal record that you get before.
I think it's the criminal record, but not as much. The more I learn, it's opposite, and it's aggressive. It might be family members that are oppressive. You might have other people that are whipped up with them that are oppressive. You know what I'm saying? Because they found something that they can invade your privacy and point the finger out at just to get everybody to lose favor to it. And a lot of times it's just slander and half-ass truths. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, they'll do that, and then when you start to kind of come out of that aggression, that's when they try to lock you up. When they lock you up over stupidity, what do they got? They ain't got to worry about you no more. You're out their hair, you're out their money, and all that. Aggressive.
Now, is one person more responsible for this than another? Pinpoint who this is?
I'm gonna take 10% of the blame. 10% of the blame can be choices that I can make different. I'd say the other 90% is dealing with bad people that aren't playing fair, corrupt.
Are you a religious man?
Yes.
Your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, I like Law and Order. I think it was 300 also. 300.
Okay. Favorite musical artist?
Favorite musical artist. I would say
Favorite childhood memory?
You know what? I remember, I think I was about maybe 5 or 6, and I had a little cute girl that lived down the road from me. She was about the same age, maybe a little bit older. And I remember running into her, and me and her crawled up under the pool and made out. I was 6 years old, but that was childhood.
You got going early.
Yeah, I guess, you know, we put
You mentioned
innocent,
child
innocent,
support. Yeah, innocent, right. But you mentioned child support, so you must advance along the way.
Yeah, they're not so much as to bother me now, but just when you're dealing with things like that, they'll hold bullets back. They'll hold like we call it aces in the hole. All right, so they know that I'm having to deal with this traffic ticket, and I'm struggling there. All right, so let's say I get this traffic ticket paid off and all this, then wham, child support comes out there, and then they start.
What was the traffic ticket for?
Traffic ticket was for failure to maintain lane, and no, I made a wrong turn at the exit. And I violated my temporary permit, so I wasn't supposed to be out driving on the temporary permit at the time. So those are the two tickets I had.
You got any questions for me?
No, I appreciate it then.
One last thing, you said you were like kind of homeless. What's that mean?
Places to go, but then again, sometimes when it comes to branching out, they like to keep control of it. So if they can't keep me to where they got their finger down on me, where I can't have a relationship with a woman, help from her with income, be able to hold down a steady job, get my own place, that's when it's going to get really hard. That's when they'll crank the heat up a lot. Now, I think that I'm getting close to having that done. I'm getting real close. Because I fought hard enough for it. Right is right, left is wrong is wrong. So,
Are you from around here?
yes, born and raised.
Augusta?
Yes, yes, sir. Another thing would be, wait a minute, what was the question again? Sorry,
Well, I was just asking you if you were around.
Oh, yeah.
You said you're close to getting back on your feet.
Yeah, if I can hold my job down right now, everything works out like it's supposed to, I shouldn't have to. But there's some definite things I need to do different too, because I'm not perfect myself. You know, when I get down and out and I get attacked and depressed, yeah, I can make stupid decisions too, so I can be bad by myself. But do I steal? No. Do I harm people? No. Matter of fact, I'm a very functional person, so basically I'm dealing with crazy people that push me to self-medicate. They love to play that little self-medication too, when they push me over that edge, and then go full throttle with it, try to isolate me off it, and then make me look bad. They don't look bad. But keeping me down.
Where are the rest of the homeless tonight? You know where you had much of?
I'm afraid I would if I
I'm doing some famous interviews right now. I'm getting down to the root of the problem. I'm getting down to the bottom line. I find out what's going on where, who's doing it, that kind of thing. Yeah, I was recording with a guy. Yeah, I had a camera, another camera, because I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Hey Rita, I'm slipping. It's Augusta, Georgia. I'm down here straightening people out. Another one in the books. Yeah, I tell you, I can't really get into this homeless interviewing shit too much, man. It's just, man, I'm just not into it. I thought, fuck it. You know, I came down here to get something to eat, stopped. I went to both bookstores today. Both Barnes & Noble. One's in Athens, one's in Augusta. Then I thought, okay, one got some bird seed, corn for the deer. And then I thought, shit, man, I'll go down there. So here I am. And I thought, you know what? I'll take my camera. Maybe I'll get some interviews. So this guy asked me for some money, of course. And I said, hey, how about if I do an interview? It's like, yeah, okay. So that's what happened. So I'm down here, I'm slipping, I'm falling, and I can't get up. I'm slipping and I'm falling, and I can't get up. Yeah, it's been on and off. It didn't rain in Crawfordville, but it rained everywhere else. It rained like hell in Augusta today, and it rained in Greensboro. Yeah. One thing I've gotten used to, I like these. This reminds me of Mississippi. I used to go down to Mississippi a lot, stay down there. My buddy and I used to go down there and spend a whole month at the casino back like in 2000. It was so great, man. God damn. Just had money and didn't work. He didn't work either. He was a model, but make like 5 grand over 2 days, and we just take off for a month. God, it was so great. That place is dead now, barely hanging in there, about ready to go tits up. Tunica, Mississippi. Because I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. That's what meth does to you. It makes you drive all, go crazy. You got a lot of energy. I saw her earlier. Because I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. I'm slipping. I'm falling and I can't get up. No, I've never been there, Baker Boy. Hey, Mary. Oh, that's okay. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just slipping and falling and I can't get up. And boy, I tell you, I bought a book. I buy books constantly. God damn it! I bought a book about language today. I thought of you when I was perusing through it, Mary. How cultures are becoming lost because the new generations don't know the language of their ancestors, and what a sad state of affairs that is culturally, worldwide, by the way. And I got another one. I bought a book I just got one that just came out. Uh, about interviewing librarians and owners of bookstores and people that manage bookstores and what goes along with that, the selection. I was kind of perusing through that, and it was interesting about the pressure on where you are, even if you're running a Barnes and Noble. In other words, if you're in the Bible Belt, you'll have people coming in there all week long telling you why you have these lesbian books and LGBT shit and these trans books. This is a Christian area. In the schools, it's even worse. One guy, like, is decorated nationally as like running one of the best public libraries in the country until about 10 years ago when this trans shit came out. And they're fucking with him constantly. He had to take a 60-day leave for anxiety and depression. Hey, Cheryl. And what other book did I get? I didn't buy it, but I'm gonna buy it. I should get my address tomorrow, so I'll have a physical address. And it's how to write lyrics for a song. I'm gonna write some songs about YouTube, and they're gonna become big hits. And I'm gonna go on the road, and I'm gonna tour and sing them. And then when I'm at the places and I'm downtime between my shows, I'm gonna do interviews. Oh, Waterworld. Was that the one the movie was based on with Kevin Costner? Oh yeah, no, you're right about that, Cheryl. Yeah, Barnes and Noble's doing well. The guy that's running that place now has really done some innovative things. They give the bookstore owners total autonomy on the stores they manage to cater their inventory towards the area, which is kind of cool. Now, as I've advanced as a book guy, I was a late bloomer on all this shit. Only book I read up till about 40 was Playboy. Oh boy, do I miss it too. And then the older I've gotten more and more interested in this stuff. And I tell you, I think this is why I think why. This is just my theory. Could be wrong. Maybe some shock therapy would get it out of me a little bit better. But I think it's because as I've matured, which was slow as well, I've realized how the really good shit was done by people that have been dead for 400 or 500 years or 100 years ago. The excellent writers, the culture, the integrity, and I don't even watch the news anymore, and I hardly ever watch TV anymore.
and I keep gravitating towards more and more like things. I've always like had an interest in science and neurology. I read shit tons of those books that are never going to get me anywhere. If they ever have a Jeopardy on neurosurgery, I want to be on that show. It's crazy. I don't know why, and I spend a lot of time on this stuff. I don't know why. It just interests me. I guess it's so real, and there's no bullshit, and it's not the Kardashians. I don't know, but the older I get, the more I get into this shit about poetry and languages and linguistics and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's what I say. That's exactly the way I look at it, too, because, I'm lucky in my life, considering where I came from. I'm lucky that I ever even got to, like, know about this, culture, etiquette, that kind of thing. I was a late bloomer and late learner on anything. I had no mentors, none. Everything came the hard way. Yeah, that's right. It could never happen to some people. You could die and never know it. Yeah. And some of the great African American writers back when it was like, my God, man, they must have been scared for their lives everywhere they went. W.E.B. Du Bois is an example. I never even heard of that fucker. Let me tell you, I put a little video on it today, a short. That was the second video I put. I buy Dorian Kinsley books. They've got them on everything. And it's sociology, and it's absolutely excellent. I have never read one book that summed it up just perfectly with regard to race relations, stereotyping, culture, poor, poverty, blah, blah, blah. So good, yeah, excellent. You can get it on eBay for $10 used. Absolutely superb. Yeah. Oh, okay, Cheryl. So, even movies. Like, I don't even watch movies. They're so stupid and boring. And, the good shit, like the documentaries and that kind of stuff, you watch another 10, 15 years, they're not going to have any of these BBC, not Big Black Cock Rita, British Broadcasting Company. Documentaries, none of that shit. This shit's just dwindling away. You're not going to have a market for people who give a shit about nature worldwide. Yeah. Oh, I get it, Cheryl. Yeah. I mean, even porns went to hell, to tell you the truth. It was better in the 70s and 80s. I got some good books on porn that I just haven't read because I'm afraid if I read them, I won't want to watch it anymore. Hey, Chris. Yeah, and you just look at, you know, and let me tell you, these schools like Princeton, University of Chicago, Stanford, there's a bunch of them out there. If they weren't printing these books, you wouldn't know about any of this shit unless you were lucky enough to take a class where it was required or you had educated, cultured parents. These books, man, there's no money in them. It'll be like the most complicated, in depth, detailed book in the world, and I know they don't sell for shit. And they're always about $15 or $20 more than a crap junk bestseller, but they're worth every dime. They really are. Yeah, the books, I love them. Yeah, I do. I like going back, perusing through them sometimes too. I think the really good stuff can only come out of books. You do catch it here and there in a documentary, but documentaries are dead too. I mean, they got them out there, but it's not about anything like you'd find in a book. You know? Right. Yeah, it really has. Porn sucks now. If you'd have told me in the 70s that porn was going to be really good someday, everybody was going to be doing it, your neighbor, the girl next door, they were going to have this thing called OnlyFans, Pornhub, and it would just be all over. And I think, wow, no shit, huh? I can't wait. It's a bunch of bullshit. Sucks. You don't even know if they're girls or guys anymore. I mean, that's why I think people get hooked on classic anything. It just seemed better. I'm talking like an old guy now. I think the new music sucks. But as far as I can tell, even not from my biased opinion, I think it really does suck. It isn't like the old days. I mean, who's selling out 50,000 seat arenas 3 nights in a row now? Except the Rolling Stones. What's that tell you? This Greta Van Fleet, man, they're still pushing on these guys. I got an idea there's a handful of Jews someplace. They've got a ton of money in these guys, and they just can't let them flop. But I think they're terrible. Yeah, sorry, yeah, really not sure. Yeah, what the hell is like it used to be? Only things like it used to be is me. Yeah, I don't watch TV though. I mean, I don't even know where you could get PBS. I had to look on there. It's not worth $150 a month just to watch PBS. I've watched every fucking Forensic Files 5 times. I loved City Confidential. I loved Unsolved Mysteries. But these new crime shows, I just can't get into. First 48, I like it a little. This fucking riding around with cop cars sucks. You think it'd be good, but it's just not. They must edit down like thousands of hours of bullshit just to come up with this so-so content. Oh, Space Time? Yeah, I used to like listening to Charles Carroll. Who was that guy? Charles Osgood. Come on Sundays, CBS. Used to love Dick Cavett, Tom Snyder, even Johnny Carson. Now you look at this Jimmy Fallon, everything's a fucking joke and a kazoo or a fucking water balloon. It's just so fucking boring. Conan O'Brien sucks. Yeah, really is sad. Yep, I think it really is. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. Cream pie to the vase and a fucking kazoo monkey. Isn't that the truth? Twice a week and a laugh machine that's never gets turned off. And just a bunch of fucking around stupid talk. You want to, let me give you, I love Dick Cavett, but he had Salvador Dali on there. And I wanted to just get on there and strangle him. It's like him and the other guests were almost mocking what he did. Fucking super genius. But if you really want to see it, interesting interview, my opinion, biased, go and watch the Dick Cavett interview with Bobby Fischer, the chess genius. And that's when Bobby Fischer wasn't given the time of day to anybody. The 21 or the 23-minute version. Don't watch the abbreviated one. That's how an interview is conducted. Hey, Michael. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. I like YouTube. I watch a lot of aviation, boxing, MMA. I watch a lot of neurosurgery uh, not documentaries, lectures. That's what I mean what a joke YouTube is. It really is a super joke, man. I can't believe the people out there. I say 2 or 3 times a week I get emails or comments from people that they're gonna not subscribe to my channel because of my attitude. It's like, oh no, don't do that. But here's what bullshit it is. I said this a couple nights ago. They're promoting videos lately that they don't want me uploading, and that's of drug addicted prostitutes. Go figure. I got like almost 900 new subscribers, which I could give a fuck about in the last week, all for something that I know they don't like. Weird. Fucking weirdos. Yeah, watch the Bobby Fischer. That was such a excellent interview. I was a big Bobby Fischer fan anyway. Dropped out of high school, 16, just blew everybody away. I mean, you can see signs of paranoid schizophrenia there, even in his interview a little bit. And he'll reference in the interview, the guy that I just interviewed was paranoid schizophrenic. I'll be uploading that baby tomorrow. Yeah, you can notice it in people. Conspiracies, people out to get him. As it turns out, Bobby Fischer went totally bonkers. Paranoid schizophrenic. Lived over in Iceland. Yeah, I try to. I mean, I know it's not that like politically correct or anything, but fuck it. I'll die by the sword. And I know it's not as good as it used to be. I mean, it's really not. I mean, but I'll tell you one thing though. I give myself credit for, and that is realizing that when I was first down there in Detroit, during those days when people got to know me, I knew right. I was very aware that was like the golden period of like, this is fucking awesome, man. I knew after the second interview, I thought, if I was one of these, I always encourage people to get their own channel. I didn't expect people to go through me. I tried to help them out. And that's what happened with Maddie and Gerald. And if it presented itself again tomorrow, I'd do the same goddamn thing. I'm not going to be able to keep Maddie from being a drug addict. But I'm still feel better that she does her own thing rather than doing interviews through me. I just didn't want to do it. And after all, after you interview somebody 1 or 2 or 3 times, what the fuck is there to talk about other than thinking you're going to sucker some people into watching you more? It's bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, Orson Welles, absolutely excellent. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, at Orson Welles, super cool guy, real charismatic. Let me think of another one that was on there. I'll tell you, I that's the first time I ever heard him talk. I was really thought Marlon Brando seemed like kind of a dick to me. Just a pompous fucking jack off. He wasn't at all how I believed he'd be once I heard him. Maybe I caught him on a bad night too, you just never know. Because I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Coolio. Now this down here is kind of the Augusta's version of Detroit's Magnificent Mile. The problem is you don't have the sidewalks where you can like have a better chance of striking up a conversation with somebody. This is one of the better places here. There's a bookstore down the road. I just went down there, but since it's raining outside, I've never seen anybody down there anyway, to tell you the truth. I knew this was hit or miss. I mean, I'm not really into the homeless thing, so I like just sitting out in these warm nights, just watching what's going on. I know this doesn't look like it, but it's kind of a high crime area. It's weird. Friday night's really a big deal down here. And like many places in the United States, the have and the have-nots. Here you have like the Wild West of crime, and 2 miles down the road you have the Masters Golf Tournament. Atlanta from here would be 140 miles. Yeah. Yeah, he's typing on Mary's phone. Cher, where do you live? Yeah, like the Kentucky Derby, same thing. That's exactly right. Right around the street corner from Total Poverty. No, it's I'm east of where I live by about 55 miles, Augusta. This is where I got to go to a good restaurant, or Athens. I was in Athens today too, but it just worked out today. I think I got this goddamn some kind of myalgia where I get these sore muscles for like no apparent reason, and it fucks up my sleep. Now tonight I'm going to try and take 2 of these Advil PMs. Then my next move is getting a topper for my firm mattress. But I just like constantly waking up because my muscles are sore. You know, like if you worked out, except it doesn't go away. Oh, okay. Oh, Toronto. Oh, good for you. And Toronto's gotten crazy prices. Everything's super expensive there. It's getting like San Mateo, California. Nuts. Yeah. Yeah, you know where else is like that? Birmingham, Alabama, Infilov. Nah, I'm not getting fit. I don't think I don't think it go away. It's not an injury, and it's not lower extremity. It's mostly upper extremity from the waist up. I think I need a damn anti-inflammatory. I don't know what the fuck it is, to tell you the truth. But I just feel it felt like I was sleeping on like concrete, my whole body. Now I have this happen from time to time. It's just why I'm going to double up on the things tonight. If I have to, I'm going to try a mattress topper. I got this rubber thing that you do setups on. I think I might put that on top of my bed too. I mean, my guess is it seems like the bed's too hard, but what makes me think that's not right is because I slept on that bed a lot and didn't have that problem. So it's some kind of myalgia thing. You know, like if you ever read stories of people that have gout, they can't even stand the pain of a sheet on their toes. It's not that severe. Yeah, you're right, Cheryl. Hey, Tassie Joe. How you doing? Hey, Shauna. We've been doing great. Daisy's with Marty most of the time now, not me. I had her this weekend. They went to some auction someplace in Tennessee. They used to show the time on here too, that when you were talking, but they don't do that anymore. They switched this damn icon to do horizontal. Uh, it's weird when you got to do it. You actually have to do it before you start the chat. It's crazy. You did before too, but it was in a different place. Yeah, I know. Shitty sleep. I have my sleep down pretty good too. I don't, I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try one anyway. I just think I think I could put, a cloud. I could sleep on a cloud and I'd still have this problem. It's more of like some kind of weird ass uh, myalgia, muscle soreness. Oh, trying to sleep. Tingles in the lower side of my pelvis. Huh. Probably some kind of muscle or nerve compression. Oh yeah, how you doing, Shauna? Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It was worse last night than it has been in a long time. Pisses me off too because I got to bed early. And got up early. Yeah, shitty sleep, right? It gets you. I was doing great too for a while, but just like dead tired. Oh, you're working a lot, huh? Sorry about that. I wonder where Shamika's been lately. Yeah, it was really good today. Both of them were really good. Yep. That's a great. I go to that sushi place all the time. People are waiting in the parking lot there when you get there in the daytime on a Sunday. And there's a Chinese buffet like 3 doors down. That's busy too. But it's good sushi, not the best, but good enough. I mean, it's a little expensive. I think my lunch there was $33, and I left a tip. That dinner I had was just 20. Nah, I really don't talk to him anymore. No. I mean, if Tassie called and I saw it was her on the caller ID, I wouldn't pick up the phone. I'm done with those people, man. It's just one con job after another, not getting any better, full of shit. You know, there was a guy on here that did a lot of nice things for Tassie, and he was sick and like not doing too well. He used to give her rides to work, all sorts of stuff. I mean, it was really kind to her, and I told her about it, didn't do anything. Then he died, and she lied. She tried to get a hold of him, and I thought, fuck you, drug addict or not, I'm done with her. Hey, Louie. Oh, really? Yeah, she probably is doing bad. Well, that's her fucking problem. She's got this crazy fucking nut job boyfriend that beats her up twice a day that she's just hanging in there with. So, you know, best of luck to her. Oh, you're lucky, Chris. Sherry's doing great. Sherry, I don't know if you know this or not, but Sherry went to rehab, got off drugs, is working full time, and recently got married. Yeah, boyfriend's a totally whack job. Just a fucking asshole. He pissed me, and I got a fucking temper, man. It's better than it used to be. But either you're going to beat my ass or I'm going to beat yours. And I'm older now, but I still think for my age, they're not going to be expecting this shit. You know what I mean? So I'm not afraid of these motherfuckers, and they piss me off. And I was down there with Tassie about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm being nice to her. You know, I knew shit that I got for her, giving him, and I'm giving her stuff. And this motherfucker's like eyeballing me, you know, like mumbling under his breath. And then he starts giving me the finger and stuff. It pissed me the fuck off. And I finally went over to him. It's like, man, you better shut the fuck up or get the hell out of here. So she finally made him leave. Fucking weirdo. Yeah, he's not a bad boy though. He's just fucking retarded with a anger problem or something. This isn't just like a regular bad boy. Fucking lunatic. No, there's something fucking mentally wrong with this motherfucker. You know, like one of these guys that bangs his head against a cement wall sober. Fucking idiot. Yeah, I mean, you know, Tassie's, I think, honestly, is a lost cause. I mean, she's basically a crackhead. But her sisters tried to help her. I'm just, you know, I gotta, you know. Yeah, Raven was a sweetheart. Yeah, Raven's a sweetheart. Yeah, no, yeah, people do, you know, alcohol affects people different ways. You know, me, I get like more mellow. Probably ought to drink it all the time. I haven't had a drink in about 9 weeks, I'm sorry to say. The only exception I've made, promise myself I made for drinking, and was if Stephanie comes down and gets in a teddy. Then I'm going to start drinking again. Yeah, but if you do this for a while, not that I've done it for that long, but you realize you just get burned out on this shit. You know, it's the same old fucking shit. And just like these vultures, you know, they know how to protect themselves and seek food and shelter and lay their eggs where something isn't going to fucking eat them. These fucking drug people, they eventually morph into super geniuses in how to manipulate. I mean, way more advanced than me. These fuckers have every trick in the book to tweak at your heartstrings. And if they got kids, you're really fucked. You know, they're just masters. They've tried everything 1,000 times, and they finally figured out what worked, the magic words. Whether it's crying or getting evicted or shaking because their blood sugar's low or some bullshit. And I just got tired of it. Fuck that. Yeah. Yeah, but here's the thing about this, you know. Here's the thing about this, though. I mean, I know this sounds terrible, but see, this is one of the advantages of not being like a school teacher or a counselor or a social worker. And that is that you got this code ethics, you can't talk this shit, but this is what I, I'm biased. This is how I see it. If I was down there, let's say you get down there. Well, I'll give you a perfect example. It's not a make believe. It's Becky. You go down there. She just decides one day, her husband dies of a heroin addict. Her daughter just died here about a year and a half ago. And she decides to just leave the kids one day. Fuck it. Maddie kind of did the same thing. And you go down there, and all of a sudden, you get on this shit, and you got God knows what, health wise. That's one thing. Hepatitis C, God knows what sexual diseases you get. I mean, you name it. All you got to do is look at these people, right? Your looks head south, which is always an iron in the fire if you give a fuck and you're trying to attract somebody that's interested in you. So your looks go south, your health isn't worth a fuck. You've got no employment, probably got a criminal record. Your life is in shambles, and you've been doing this shit like 10 or 15 years. And I kind of get, and I know this is fucked up thinking, I think if I was in the rabbit hole that deep, and, I never fucked with those drugs, but I think I got a little bit of an idea how they make you feel. And as Becky said one time, being sober isn't anywhere near the feeling that being on heroin is. Nothing ever compares to that. So all the goody two-shoes out there that have good intentions and are trying to help these people, they're thinking in their terms. They're thinking, well, if you just got off drugs and you got a job, get a job doing what? Working at fucking Taco Bell like a slave? A clerk at a dollar store? I mean, it's not like because you quit drugs and get healthy that life's just all of a sudden great. I mean, just look at all the healthy people out there that are fucking struggling that never touched a fucking drug. So if you're pretty smart and your life's that far behind you, it kind of in a fucked up way makes sense to me why people don't want to leave. All you got to do is suck a few dicks to get enough dope money and sleeping under bridges. When you're fucked up and high and shit and you don't want anything, yeah, it's fucked up, it's bad, but those are our standards. But it's still better than working. And like Becky told me one day, she doesn't want to be the housewife with a minivan taking kids to soccer practice. Sober. Just does not fucking want it. Live by the sword, die by the sword. And I think a lot of those people are like that. I guess I wouldn't be too good of a motivational speaker for drug addicts. They'd all be fucking staying down there. But I think if I was one, I'd have stayed down there. It's like, oh, that's great. I went to rehab. I'm no longer on heroin and crack. But hey, you know what? My fucking rent's $1,800 a month. I make $1,900 a month. I eat canned beans every night. I take the bus to work. I'll never own a fucking thing. And another 30 or 40 years of this, yeah, thanks for helping me get sober. I mean, there's some logic to that. It's not like you quit doing drugs and you buckle down, you got a PhD, and someone's starting you off at 110 grand at a college somewhere. Yeah, sure is, sweetheart. No, I'm the same way. I never fucked with drugs. I don't know why I haven't. I never did. I came from a couple alcoholics. It just never interested me. I remember now, I didn't want to go see Pink Floyd and the Who because I thought they were just a bunch of drug addicts. Yeah. So I just, we didn't have too much of that where I was. I remember a guy in my town got caught with marijuana and the FBI chased him and tackled him inside the drugstore my mom worked in. It's like the big news, They probably still talk about it there. Now look, fucking 80% of the people driving are smoking marijuana. Hey, speaking of that, that nice looking truck that I took a short video of? That yellow truck yesterday? Or the day before? He told me that when this fucking marijuana bullshit got legal in these states, It's very noticeable as a truck driver. He said these motherfuckers are just all over the road all the time. Yeah, good for you, Cheryl. Yeah, I never cared for the Grateful Dead. I wouldn't walk across the street see those motherfuckers. I felt the same way about the Beatles. I had tickets to Elvis and gave those away. Yeah, I never really understood the Grateful Dead stuff. Oh, I know. I know it. And it seems like on a lot of these rock groups, like only half of them are real big druggies. Like look at the Stones. Look at AC/DC. It's not like the whole band's bucked up all the time. Yeah, Jeff Lynne. He was the first one to plug a what did he do? Plug a synthesizer or a speaker into a violin. I wouldn't walk across the street to see them either. Yeah, it does change. Oh, the Grateful Dead. They just, especially that Jerry Garcia. I mean, he looked like somebody's fucking dad that ought to be a fucking used car salesman. I mean, there is something to looking like a rocker. Now, there are exceptions. Elton John, Sid Vicious, stuff like that. But, Fats Domino was never going to be a great rock and roll singer. Even Mama Cass, the concert was over and everybody was trying to bang the blonde, and Mama Cass went out and deep throated a half dozen ham sandwiches. It's just the fucking way it is. You're gonna get me talking about fat women again. Rita's gonna get mad. Rita, are you on beer and marijuana tonight, or just both, or just one or the other? Because I'll drop this conversation depending on what you're on. There she is. Michelle, you got out of that straitjacket again. Atta girl. You got... Oh, okay, good. All right, then. Good, I can do it. Yeah, fuck. Hey, I'll tell you another thing, too. I'm quitting. I'm never taking another one again. I'm weird about this shit. I quit something, man. Friendships, anything. I'm fucking done with it. I'm not fucking with these gummies anymore. Swear to God, I'm just not doing it anymore. I'll tell you why. Yeah, it does. You sleep good, and it's good watching porn on gummies too, to be honest with you. But I'm just not taking them. And this is why I'm not. First of all, you get thirsty. Yeah, I can get around that. Buy a 50-gallon fucking drum of water. That's the first thing. The second thing is the memory thing. God damn, man. You ask me what's my name, I got to think for a second. I wouldn't dare. I promised myself not to cook anything when I'm eating a gummy. And even the next day, I'm like that. I don't feel like doing anything. My fucking memory's sketchy. You go to get gas 3 days later and the cap's missing. Yeah, I fucking left it at the last place I got. Yeah, it just fucks with my memory too much. There's too much downside to it. I'm not taking them again. Fuck gummies. No, I'm not fucking with any of it. No, I'm just not, man. I can't afford to be like forgetting. Looking around for shit all the time. I'm sorting these books. You can fucking forget it after a gummy the night before. Yeah, you know how what I'll do is I'm going through this and I'm setting piles by subjects. Fuck. If I had a gummy the night before, fuck, you can forget it, man. Be 10 seconds later and I don't remember which pile that is. Because sometimes the books, when it's flat and you're stacking them, you can't see the back, the binding, the title. And if there's no clue on the front cover, like a newer book, you're fucked if your memory's shot. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I mean, this isn't any, holier than thou, none of this shit. It's basically before I cut my fucking foot off with a chainsaw or something because I forget it's running. It's a safety issue, really. You know, like I think, I'm gonna go out. I'll go out and do some infrared photography. There's some big cumulonimbus clouds today. I take my fucking camera, the motherfucking SD card, and in the goddamn thing, and neither's the battery. Fuck. Then I think, well, this is better than the last time I took a gummy. At least I've got the camera. It's shit like that constantly. Constantly, I make these files when I do these videos, like my GoPros, and I'll put them, if I chain them together. Like I fucked up the other day. Debbie and Dave called me on it. They said, oh, no music on this one. Yeah, there was music. I clicked the fucking wrong button because I was going to add some other ones and then forgot to unclick it. It's constant stuff like that after I've had one of those fucking things. Not doing it. Good, I'm doing good. Genre. Yeah, genre. I got my own way of doing it, not like a Barnes and Noble. And believe me, I've talked to them at Barnes and Noble. There's always books. You don't know what section to put them in. Like how can I give you an example? Like how philosophy compares to, let's see, what? Maybe not philosophy. I can't think right now. Maybe I will take gummies. I can't think even when I'm not on one. But I put them in my own category. So I'll give you an example. I put anything water connected. It could be ice. It could be a lake, river, ocean. They don't do it like that. That kind of thing. Anything water collected. Anything connected with air. The real ones I struggle with is like mental health, neurology, psychiatry, suicide, antidepressants. I mean, I had to have I got a huge theology section, giant. Judaism, Islam, Christianity, all forms of that. Big section. I got all sorts of Bibles. Huge section on Catholics. Good night, Shauna. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some books that they could go in a few areas. Like I find them in Barnes and Noble all the time. I found them nice. Actually, this book I bought today on what librarians and bookstore owners and other people related to books as a living say about being interviewed, and it was in literary critiquing. Like, what? And I'll bet you money, now I'm just guessing, but you got somebody working there, and it's like they're unwrapping these motherfuckers, and they come in, it's like, and they look down the list like, fuck, I don't know where I put this. At least it is literary. Let me just stick it here. I find books in there all the time that I think are in the wrong section, and probably 10% of the time they consider it the right section. Oh yeah, I got tons of books on religion. I really do. What a shame that I finally came to the conclusion that it's all a bunch of fucking bullshit. These Bible stories, man. I could go on and on about that. Now somebody asks me, am I religious? I tell them no. And they said, well, what do you believe in? It's like, I'm a free thinker. Look it up. That's what I am. I'm a free thinker. That's exactly how you describe it. Shit, no. Oh, Catholics? Yeah, they've lost all their power. They've been painted into a corner with this homosexual shit, this trans stuff. It's just not that. There's no underlying power with the churches like there used to be. Numbers are down. They still don't, Catholics still don't want women as priests. I mean, they're just shooting themselves in the foot constantly. It's dying out. And you watch, as science continues to expand, another 100 years from now, I don't think hardly anybody will be going to church. It's just all being the dates, the timelines. I put if you look at hierarchy as far as subject matter, I put science at 10 and religion 5. And I think there's something at 20. I just don't know what it is. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to go around believing in walking on water, speaking in tongues, turning water into wine, having virgins have babies. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I'm not doing it. Oh, well, that's their duty. Yeah, that's their duty. It's the same with Christians. I bust these fucking Christians all the time because you're supposed to witness to people that aren't believing in the Word of God. You're supposed to witness to homosexuals of how wrong they are, and now you do that, you lose your fucking job. So they've really been painted into a corner. That's why when you force your hand on some of these Christians, if you really bust their balls, and they don't know you, they'll say they're spiritual. What the fuck is that? What is it? At least if you say you're a Catholic, I know what it is. Spiritual can be anything. And the reason I think, now nobody's told me this, but just my opinion, I think the reason that's happened is because if you say you're spiritual, then you don't have to can all your gay friends. But if you say you're a Catholic or a Baptist, and you got all these lesbians and gay friends, you're not looking too fucking good, especially down here in the South. These motherfuckers are still in the closet down here, a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. And the Adam and Eve story and Noah's Ark, and it just goes on and on and on. And you'll get seemingly intelligent people that teach this shit on Sundays to kids about Noah's Ark. It's like, are you out of your fucking mind? That's child abuse. Virgin births? Are you kidding? Virgin births. What the hell? And you can be a good person or a motherfucker and not be religious. And believe me, there's some really good people out there that happen to be religious. There are. I've met some super people from the cloth. Oh, thou shalt not kill? Yeah, but that's dicey too. Because, if, like, say your child goes up and gets murdered, you're supposed to fucking hug and forgive the killer. Does it get any nuttier than that? The fuck? A lot of these Christian people, they jump off the rim of the Grand Canyon if you told them to. No, I think there are valid reasons to kill. Like when you're getting attacked, when your kid gets molested, when somebody breaks into your house, when they're trying to take away your sovereignty. I can give you all sorts of reasons to kill. That's right. More people have died in the name of religion than anything else. It's the same way. Same thing. Eye for eye. That's Old Testament, though. That's Old Testament. That wasn't literal. It's a parable. Yeah. Hey, Conan. Conan came from a religious family. Conan said as soon as she turned 18, she played Break On Through to the Other Side as loud as she could. Damaged her eardrums. Hey, crazy love. Break on through to the other side. Shit, yeah. I will say this. I could be wrong, which is what free thinking allows for. It's just what I believe in. But I do think if this Christianity thing, let's say for an example, argument's sake, that it turned out to be totally true, I think it only applies to salvation, not the here and now, not amongst the living. I think praying is a complete and total waste of time. But I think if you did the right thing and you believed in this shit and there was a heaven, there was a hell, you would, yeah, sing it, bro. Why do black guys like their windows down and the radio so loud? Does somebody know this without at the expense of sounding like a racist. Yeah, you're going to say, oh, black guys. You had to bring up black guys. I heard a white guy doing it last week. Where? I'm not saying it's impossible, but you know what the hell I'm getting at. Now, why is it like that? Does anybody know? Yeah, Jim Morrison. I liked him. But you know what, though? I was listening to some Jim Morrison today. And, I mean, I mean, they were only around 5 years. I liked them. I thought they were good. I thought they were a bunch of druggies, too. I never went to see them when I was younger. But it's pretty basic music. I mean, it's nowhere near the level of talent in any way you cut it, like Led Zeppelin. Oh, is that what they call that? Oh, Mormon, you poor girl. Are you religious at all now, crazy love? I'm not saying I've never seen a whack guy, but I have this conversation with people. But if I gave you $50,000 to go out and drive through towns and look for this shit, you're going to find way more black guys, which are a minority. There's a lot less of them than white guys doing it. That's the fucking question. This argument comes up sometime with people too. People say, "Oh, it's like the high crime area. It's like there's bars all over the windows." I want you to take me somewhere. I don't give a fuck where it's at, where you so large neighborhoods of white people living where there's bars on the window. You can't do it. You can't do it. End of the world now. I don't give a fuck. But why? Well, I know why. It's cultural. It's not because they're black. It's the culture. And you really notice it too with these crazy fuckers on motorcycles. If I was a cop, I'd write him a ticket. A noise tax, noise citation. For some reason, I got a buddy of mine just got a part-time job in a sheriff's department up in Michigan. And he fucks around with the boaters and the snowmobilers in the winter. And they actually monitor the decibels with a meter in the wintertime. And if you're 50 feet or away from a snowmobile and you turn this thing on and it's too loud, you got to write them a ticket. Oh, really, Conan? Oh, okay, crazy love. Crazy love, have you allowed yourself any caffeine? I think a decibel ordinance is a good thing. Now, this is one thing I will tell you white guys do, and I haven't seen black guys do it as much as white guys. They sit at a stop sign on their fucking holler or a stoplight or wherever the fuck traffic stops, and they rev up their engine on their motorcycle. I think to myself, what are you, like 15? Yeah, right and wrong, yeah. It's true. But here's the thing. If you had a Christian neighbor and they did everything the Bible told them to, you'd have a pretty good damn neighbor. I mean, I'm not saying the whole damn thing is bad and that there's something wrong with you because you believe in it. It's up to you. Yeah. Yeah, junior high school drama. I agree. Yeah. See, like that guy. And I don't mind a little headers on a truck or something like that. But this other bullshit. Yeah, it's going to rain. Oh, okay. Atta girl. I think I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Because I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. I'm slipping and I'm falling and I can't get up. I'll tell you one thing I give the black guys, though. You're going to say, oh, that racist motherfucker. It's all he's done is bring up bars on windows and playing loud music. Nah, the black guys are the best singers out there, the best rappers ever. They're the best dancers, and as it turns out, looks like they're the best athletes. People, oh, yeah, I know, but statistically, if you look at by race statistically, just turn on the Olympics. Especially the field events. You can fucking forget that. Fucking black guys, especially these black long distance runners. Yeah, man, these motherfuckers can outrun a deer. You're gonna get a white guy here and there, some fucking miracle. I'll tell you this too. You're never gonna see a white guy, ever, never, do what Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, what Michael Jordan and LeBron James did. Even Larry Bird, as great as he was, if he'd have had Michael Jordan's athleticism, he'd had every record in the world. Because I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. If you told me I was going to buy season tickets to basketball games, the NBA, and you told me they were doing an experiment they were going to make teams of all white guys, I wouldn't go. Fuck that. Boxing either. Because I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. I wouldn't do it. God damn, it's humid as hell here. Because I'm slipping and falling and I can't get up. Riders on the storm, ding 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 ding. This is I-20. This is another racetrack here. I bet more dope goes down I-20 than anywhere in the world. If you look at where I-20 goes, fuck, right through Atlanta or the East Coast. It's always weird shit on here. Car fires, fucking abandoned weird shit. School buses empty with running engines. It's like the Bermuda Triangle of weirdness, only on an expressway. Because I'm slipping, falling. I can't get up. Yeah, it's getting that way. I'm slipping, I'm falling. But you can drive 80 miles an hour down here wherever you go. Because I'm slipping, I'm falling. I can't get up. I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Riders on the storm. Michelle, how come you didn't come on our chats the other night? You couldn't get out of that straitjacket? Why not? You still working that job? Riders on the storm. Yeah, you don't need to be invited. Just see us on there and come on. What the fuck? Riders, I wish you. Hey, I need some ideas on chats, man. Anybody got any ideas? Let's just get out there and party. Into this house we're born. Do it. Let's just kick it. Mark was wondering where you were. Good old loving spoonful. Yeah, pass is a pass. Yeah, that sounds great in theory, but I don't know. I tell people, keep your mouth shut. It'll affect your future in a relationship. Especially the women. I know Rita's going to say the men too.
Mary's gonna say, what about the men? Okay, the men too. Them too. Don't be divulging shit you did in prior relationships. Don't get manipulated into talking about some one-night stand or some shit like that. It gets you nowhere. Get you nowhere. I've had it happen before. I've been, you say manipulated. I got him to tell me, like, well, what'd you ever do? Did you ever do anything you regretted? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd be drinking. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, come on. Let's just start, you know, fresh and just start at a clean slate. No, I don't want to talk about it. It's like, well, I'm not going to talk about mine either. But if you're smart, you'll set it up and you'll tell them your shit first. It's like, great, now that I've told you all my shit, like, you don't want to talk about yours. Now, I'm talking, this was years ago. Now, you get old enough where you probably don't remember it. And even if you do, you're not going to talk about it. It was like, you know, 50 fucking years ago. You know, when you're 20 and you fucked up at 18, it's right around the corner. When you get old, fuck, man. You'll say, when I fucked up, man, if you're fucking in your 50s, let me count the ways. That shit matters. Do not bullshit yourself. Do not believe your therapist on this. Disclosing something that you don't feel particularly good about only makes you feel less guilty. It doesn't help the situation. Big difference in you feeling less guilty and future of someone that you give a fuck about. Like, it's happened to me before. I did it with girls, women. It's like, oh, come on, just tell me. It's like, yeah, one night, my girlfriend and I were out, and it was happy hour, and, you know, they were buying us shots, and I rode a big 13-inch black cock in the parking lot. You got to play it off like, oh, I can understand that. You're thinking to yourself, what a fucking horror. Then you don't call her again because this shit bothers you. She says she knew she shouldn't have told you that. But you say it wasn't that, it's just you've been busy. This shit matters, man. Now there's some people it doesn't matter to. I bet there's people on this chat. They don't give a fuck. It's like that was in the past, like Rita. Yeah, right. Man, when I was young, that shit drove me fucking nuts. Fucking crazy. Probably insecure. Wasn't rubbed enough as a baby. Who the fuck knows why? All as I know is it bothered me, and that's it. Now, I'm not going to spend 20 years trying to figure out why. It just did. It's the way it is. Oh, in your 50s? Oh, yeah, fuck. Well... an open book? Yeah, well, that sounds great. Maybe that's the mentally healthy way to go. But now you're married, it doesn't matter. Because I'm assuming that you found a guy that doesn't give a fuck what you used to do. I'm just saying, one shoe doesn't fit all feet. That's why you got to be an expert deciphering where these people are coming from. Yeah, that'd be great. You felt good about yourself. You disclosed your past. Whoever you're hooking up with didn't seem to mind. But it doesn't always work that way. Oh, fuck yeah, man. I mean, fuck. I mean, I don't even give a fuck about dating, so... I've been that way for quite a while. I don't think a normal person would want to date me anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, on here, fucking around, talking, shit like that, you know, having fun, but I'm on a day-to-day, everyday basis, that'd drive you fucking crazy. Fuck yeah. Fucking A right. You'll be there someday, Michelle. It just drive me nuts, somebody around all the time. They couldn't put up with me. Like right now, tonight's a perfect example. I'm out fucking around. Drove about 150 miles today. Fucking around bookstores, out eating. I really like it. Did an interview. If I was home and I was married, it's like, where are you going? It's like, I'm going to go down to Athens and I'm going to go over to Augusta and read it. Can I go? It's like, oh, God. Or I'd be getting called, where are you? It's like, I told you, I was going to Augusta. What are you doing? It's like, I'm just fucking around. We've been gone since noon. You know, see what I mean? And if it was somebody just like me, what's the sense of being together? I mean, there's some virtue in being old. I think so. Hey, I was getting on Greensboro today, going east on 20, this highway, and I saw a truck driver keep an accident from happening. When I was eating my Vietnamese dinner, I emailed the company and told them what a great job he did of keeping a wreck from happening. Oh, he did? Yeah, he knew better. He's fucking smart. Shit, man. He'd have brought out that fucking stiletto or switchblade. Whatever those Mexicans carry. Yeah, you can't say you're that open your whole life, Rita. Riders on the storm, ding ding ding. Riders on the storm. Rita, I think you're smart enough to realize that if you were attracted to this guy and you were things were looking good and there was a future, you're not bringing up riding any big black cocks. No fucking way. You're smart enough to realize that that isn't helping anything. Yeah, I didn't sleep for fucking shit last night, man. Kept tossing, turning, sore. I'm gonna take 2 of these anti-inflammatory things, put this rubber thing on there. But here's the thing that really worries me. When I was sleeping in that bed at Marty's, it's an old mattress that needs to be replaced. And I had problems there too. Now, what are you going to say? That's too soft? I mean, what, I got to have the perfect mattress to get a good night of sleep? So, you know, I've had a soft one, I've had a hard one. You know, what, I got to get a medium one? I'm thinking it's just some kind of myalgia problem. That's right, past relationships. You're a fucking, and you know how it is. You do different things with different people. The human mind, man, it's all over the place. No shit. This is no bullshit. I'm not bragging or anything. No, I'm not even going to tell you. I was talking to somebody today, and I said, you know, if I was young and I had this YouTube stuff going on, I'd probably got set up by now and been in trouble. I'd been traveling all over meeting these damn women in my 20s. You couldn't set me up here on here now if you tried. No fucking way. Part-time lover, Stevie Wonder. I bet he didn't warm up for the Doors. Here's the fucking bottom line. Yeah, I'm fucking depressed half the fucking time. But half the time's a lot better than it used to be. This is my life, how it's gonna end, just like this. Same shit I'm doing now. I reached my peak. It's not the best, but it could be way worse. Damn wife told me, she said, you don't want a wife, you want a sex slave. And I thought about it for a second. It's like, I never thought of that. I don't want a slave. Sex slave. I don't want that. The dream, the impossible dream. The impossible dream. I'm not shitting you. I've had like 4 start overs in my life. Just new fucking states, new houses, new friends, all that shit. Oh shit. Pulled another one off a couple years ago. Fucking driving around different places in a different state. That's just what I needed, though, a bunch of new places to go. I love down here from a photography standpoint. Fucking West Branch seemed like New York City compared to this. I just can't even, honestly, there's times where I can't believe I'm leaving in Georgia. I'd have bet you 10 to 1 odds 20 years ago, they said, you're going to end up living in Georgia. It's like, no, I'm not. Oh, yeah. Fucking here I am, man. And I've actually, if you can believe this, gotten used to the fucking heat. Way better than I used to. It's crazy the amount of water I drink. I need to drink one right now. Can't reach it. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Full disclosure, people are going to run into marital problems. It's life, man. You just think you meet your sweetheart. I actually thought that shit too when I was young. And I got this house, a nice wife, got a lot of toys, got fucking money saved, everything's paid for. Man, this is going to be great the next 40 or 50 years of this. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Just watch crime shows. You get bored. You start doing crazy shit. Then you start thinking of life's too short to be this miserable. It's not really miserable, it's just you want to have some damn fun. You know what I mean? You're stuck with the same person your lying everywhere you go. You're in church, and you got this fake smile. You're getting brainwashed at a Bible study. These good-for-nothing fucking kids that have cost you your life savings. You're going to the fucking Kiwanis, the neighborhood block party. It's like, hey, how's Sally? She's great. Just bullshitting everybody left and right. But really, if you had your druthers, you'd like to be on a tropical beach getting blown by a 20-year-old. But you can't tell anybody. But your best buddy and your psychiatrist. And even he grins, because he'd like to be doing it too. He's charging you $200 an hour to tell you that you need to work on things, so he can't. He couldn't even hide the grin in his face when you brought it up. That's life. That's the real life. Got a whole tailgate full of corn, birdseed. That shit's expensive. I bet a lot of birds don't get fed like they did back in the day. Part-time lover. Marital counseling. I'm gonna talk you into making it work. It's like, oh God, I don't want to make it work. I want to be free. I want to be the dove, let go at a wedding. You gotta let me run your lives. You're having marital trouble. I'll figure it out. I'll help you in one session. Threesomes and a bottle of Viagra. Where's old Mark Kropka tonight? Loving spoonful. Custard today, a small custard, which I never do. Yeah, balancing act, you know, that one. Just go on a 3-day retreat. Michelle, maybe you should try that, a 3-day retreat. Note to self, leave the butcher knife at home. Should be yawning like this. See, no rain here. Done. Yeah, 3-day retreat. You know, like help your marriage. They get these bullshitters like this Tony Robbins. They make up all this bullshit. And they get you to buy into it. And tries to get you through at least till the kids are in school. You tell your wife who's 85 pounds overweight to wear sexy clothing, and you just fucking cringe. It's part of the contract you make when you go in there. Goddamn right it's a contract. Because if you didn't sign that, you'd be leaving halfway through. You've got to commit to this plan. You've got to commit to it. I thought I slept good last night, other than rolling around, and I thought I did. I don't think I got enough deep REM. I had these crazy ass fucking dreams too. These fucking weird dreams, man. God, I'm not going crazy again. That's what I call my old girlfriend, good friend, Michelle. Yeah. No matter how crazy my story sounds, she says, I know what you mean. That's hard to find in a good friend. Visitors down. Oh, you don't want to visit down this time of year anyway. Too fucking hot. Come in the winter. You know, the winter down here is like just nice spring and fall in the north. It's nice. I have crazy ass fucking dreams. Still haven't had a sex dream though. I'm not complaining. That's weird. I think all this other crazy shit. You guys ever do this? Like, you ever like? I know this because of sleep studies. You know, people go to sleep studies and you know they hook all this bullshit up to you, and you know, you set yourself up for it. You want to be tired. You want to get a good night's sleep. And you get there and you don't think you can fall asleep. Before you know it, they're banging around for breakfast. And you think, God damn, I didn't get any sleep last night. And then you talk to the techs that did your sleep study. They said, the hell you didn't, man. You slept 5.3 hours. Yeah, that's not uncommon. So a lot of times, like, you think like you didn't sleep when you did. And sometimes it seems like I'm up, but the shit going through my mind is a dream. I can't be up, because that stuff wouldn't be going through my mind when I was up. Weird. I don't know what you'd call it. Explanation for it all. None. Not a thing. Riders on the storm. We just come down, relax, like party. I'm not going to be any fun to party with now. Marijuana gummies and no booze. You know, when I was up, there's this woman I really like. There's only been 2 times in my whole life I really liked somebody. Like, I thought I'd quit watching porn over. The second time was actually in West Branch. And she was married. Straight shooter, no fucking around. Friends with her parents. And her husband used to let her hang around with their people. You know, she talked about this open relationship. She wouldn't fuck around. Anyway, long story short, so we go out to lunch and shit like that. When I run into this motherfucker, he wasn't too friendly to me. And I said, I don't think your husband likes me. He said, nah, he doesn't care. He knows, you know, he trusts me, that kind of thing. So one day we just go about an hour away and get lunch. And it just so happens that he calls her. We're at lunch. He said, you know, what are you doing? He said, I'm with lunch with Tom. It's like, where are you? We're an hour away. And you could tell there was awkwardness on the phone. You know, we were really good friends. And I think she told me later she liked me a lot. You know, like she wished she had met me at a different part in her life. But anyway, this happens. It's awkward. I didn't say anything. Like, I know your husband, you know, it was awkward. You just pretend like it didn't happen. So I drove. We go back to her house. And I'm going to drop her off. Now, I'm not saying that she had any bad intentions in mind. But I knew what just happened. And I already knew that he didn't like me. And she said, you want to come in for a glass of wine? I said, you know what? I don't think that's a very good idea. And she said, why? And I said, well, you know, I know there was a little awkwardness on the phone. So I'm not a fucking jack-off about this shit. I mean, I do place a high value in, like, friends and not being a douchebag. I know better. It's like the theory of religion, the age of accountability. When you have knowledge of something, and you know better, then you're not supposed to do it. I'm really like that, believe it or not. I'm serious. I'm really like that. Like finding money or accepting a reward for like saving somebody. I'd never do that, man. Or solving a crime and getting paid, or you know, any of that kind of bullshit. No way. And it's got nothing to do with religion. I know when it's tits up, nothing to do with religion, and I get dick cancer, I'm not going to be thinking it's because of some fucked up shit that I did. It's just because I got dick cancer. Yeah, really. No, I really like that, man. Swear to God. Catholic upbringing is still paying dividends. Yeah, I believe in karma. I mean, along those lines. Karma is like Buddhism, and that seems like it's half a crock of shit too. I'd say it isn't karma when I think there's some solace in going tits up and knowing that none of your fucked up transgressions or bad behavior could have been linked to it. You know what I mean? And if I was going to get dick cancer, yeah, you got dick cancer either way, which is not good. I would rather have it just by virtue of rogue self than some, like, third party putting it my way for my bad behavior. Yeah, I'm all over the place, I know. I got a lot of thoughts going on in my damn mind. I do that with my book reading too. Goddamn fucking psycho. I do think there's something fucked up with my mind. But I've been able to corral that motherfucker lately. Yeah, I've been able to harness that bastard. I've been able to catch myself. Somebody sent me an email, said I need to control my temper, like with that contractor the other day. Nah, not really. That was a long time coming. He deserved it. I'm glad I did it. I thought about it a lot before I did it. And if I had an opportunity, I'd do it again tomorrow. Yeah, just like karma. And here's another thing too. When you get older, you learn a lot of shit, man. You get all the warning signs. Your radar is so much more detailed. Flags get sent up quicker. You got experience. You know what to avoid. All that pleasure you have with your younger, you flip the side of the coin, and now you're adept at warding off problems. And really, when you get to this age, there's plenty of those. You know, hanger-oners. Yeah. Frivolous compassion, yeah. I got a shelf life to all that shit though. I'm not just gonna do something forever. You know what I mean? I don't mind like the prostitute interview things, taking food down there and that stuff. I don't mind. And speaking of this, Mary's still on here. I wonder if anybody's seen that Indian Liz. I do have informants, that's true. I have people email me and say, hey, I saw this, I saw that. I got about 3 people, man. They're always on the patrol. And they're batting 100,000% too. Their shit's always accurate. They're not troublemaker, drama queens. Oh, she did? Oh, okay. Fucking Julie Putnam, like her the other day. Usually, I mean, I just get rid of people. I don't spend any time in, you know, figuring out what's what. But once in a while I do. And that Julie Putnam's an example. Another fucking scam and troll. Just remember, when they try and set you up, they do it with a real profile. So when you do a Google search, that profile isn't even them. And you don't want to look like a closet stalker, so you never call them to say, hey, I just wanted to make sure this was you. And if you do, they're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about. It's not the person that's sending you the emails. Love is in the air, I can feel it everywhere. That's right, man. Fuck yeah. Fucking scammers. It's crazy. There's a whole group of people out there, as you guys know, that really releases endorphins. They really get in charge out of causing trouble. Catfishing. Isn't that crazy? Oh, Puppet. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, you're right. Another fucking weirdo. It's just strange. Now we got a little rain. Oh yeah, oh really? I didn't know that part about it. What a fucking freak. It's just the time these people devote to this bullshit. You know, by the time I go get down there, fuck around, get my bird seed on the way down, AJMO. I leave my house, go down, get my bird seed, get back on, go to Barnes and Noble, go get something to eat, go fuck around like I did, trying to get an interview. And then drive home. It's 5 or 6 hours. Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm not trying to watch my cloud videos or anything. But, you know, when you're doing these chats, it does show you how long you've been on. And a lot of times you'll wonder, well, where did the time go by? Like, God, the whole day went by? Get one of those, like, long videos that I do of whatever. Sunrise, clouds or whatever, and just turn that fucker on when you start your day and just glance over at it once in a while, and you'll be shocked at the time things take to do. And that's how it seems like the day got behind you. Oh, how you doing? Hey, darling. That should be, I don't think that's Dolly, because that should be a moderator. I'll tell you another thing they'll do, too. Just come on like a troll, like say Mark Mom right there, pretending to be Dolly, and then you'll moderate them, thinking it's Dolly, and they'll fuck with your channel all goddamn night while you're sleeping. Well, how come it's not moderator then? Because I never took you off. They'll go in there and delete shit, block people and all sorts of shit. And you'll be trying to figure out how the fuck that happened. Well, you better send me a text then, Dolly. Yeah, but not that long. You better send me a text. I mean, they do come off from time to time. Why? I don't know. But I didn't take it off. Oh, okay. Alright, thanks. Man, I missed my own exit the other night, fucking around. You know, it's 10 miles to the next exit here. In a real ball buster. It's darker than a motherfucker. Yeah, that's 20 minutes extra. 20 minutes to the next exit. This is when being half blind catches up to you. Dark, rainy, no lights. I got an ophthalmologist appointment the 20th. Something fucked up with my left eye. I was looking at Stephanie the other day in a pair of shorts, and I thought, God damn, that looks good. Then I realized it was Stephanie, and right away I made it my appointment.
was a 20-year-old in a pair of shorts. Now that is bad vision. I'm going to tank up a little gas here. It takes me 4.8 miles to go down there, fuck around, come back. 4.8 gallons. 4.8 gallons. Here come that rainy day feeling again. Oh yeah. Milli Vanilli. $24-hour gas station. Be careful what you wish for. Let's see here. I gotta zero this shit out. Saved by Zero, the fix. Oh, yeah. You ever heard that song, Saved by Zero, the fix? That was a good song. I miss MTV. Martha Quinn, she still looks good. Saved by Zero. Yeah, it was a good song. Red skies at night, too. Red skies at night. Riders on the storm. I love hearing the music playing when you're pumping gas on a hot summer night. They're always playing old songs. You know, you guys like that too? That's what I like being on the expressway. I like going up to Michigan or coming down here, going down to Florida. I like pulling over late like this. Go in, hear like an old song when I was like in high school. Red sky at night. If you guys want, if you want to do a chat tomorrow night, we could later on if you felt like it. Like 9, 10. Hey, JMO, you remember ABC? Shoot that poison arrow in the love. Let's say 9 o'clock tomorrow. Party on. the outfield. Oh, you had to look it up? Oh, that's all right. Hey, hippie chick, how you doing? Rain. This is bad. We weren't even supposed to get rain. It's like that a lot down here. We weren't even supposed to get rain today. I mean, it's if you look up Georgia radar, also June not much. If you look up July, like from now in August, you just see little thunderstorms popping up all over. Rain. Crazy. Just rain like crazy for an hour and then the sun comes out. Like Florida kind of. Love the clouds down here. Now one little, I wouldn't say disappointment. I guess I could say disappointment. You know, I got those 15-foot ceilings. I got really good extra high-tech insulation in the ceiling, in the walls. And you don't hear the rain as loud as you did at the other house. There was a cop sitting back there waiting for people to roll up to the stop sign. Well, you guys, now you know you'll be getting buffering when I cut down here. So 9 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll set up a chat because you know I'm going to my new house and I don't have internet there now, so I can't carry on. I don't think my tailgate's all the way down either. I think my tailgate's rattling. Bricks I got for my books I got for my books piled up against the corner.